Well, politicians, what they've been doing is they've blamed the riots on criminals and opportunistic hooligans. But people living in affected areas like Hackney and some social commentators have pointed towards anger over economic hardship. Tottenham district is where the first riots broke out on Saturday when a peaceful protest over the police shooting of a suspect was followed by outbreaks of looting. Tottenham includes areas with the highest unemployment rates in London. And the riots also happening while the British economy is struggling to grow and the government is imposing deep public spending cuts as well as tax hikes, and that's to reduce the deficit over in Britain. Well, the weekend's riots are the second outing of unrest in London in less than a year. Last December, student protests erupted against the rise in university tuition fees, and at the time it turned violent. Let's bring in a guest from London, Alex Wheatle. He's the author of the book Brixton Rock, and he was in fact part of the Brixton riots back in 1981, joining us now from London to discuss what's going on. Alex, we'll talk about Brixton in 1981 in just a moment, but first, are you surprised at how fast these riots have spread across London and outside of London?
I was very surprised and disappointed, I have to say, because it started off on a Saturday as a peaceful vigil and protest about the killing of another black man in police custody. And I really felt sorry for the family because it seems that this vigil was overtaken and hijacked by a young element who followed the protests for their own means, and they just started to loot and plunder and cause mayhem.
Okay, and you were part of the Brixton riots, Alex. That was back in 1981. What similarities are you seeing in 1981 and 2011? What's going on today?
The circumstances are very familiar. For example, there was deep social cuts. There was a lack of hope for many young people in Britain at the time, especially in areas like Brixton and Tottenham. There was figures of 50% unemployment among the young black population. And there was this deep hatred and deep friction with the police. And I fear that's come back now in the last year because of a few incidents that have resulted in the death of young black people.
All right, well, if the situation is as you describe it, Alex, then people probably feel like they have nothing to lose if they continue with these riots. Do you see that the case, and do you expect this to go on?
I'm sure there wasn't thinking as political as that, as nothing to lose. I'm sure there was a strong element during the turbulence we've seen for the last 3 days that just wanted to cause mayhem, loot, and just cause all sorts of chaos. And I really feel that the political edge of trying to get the police to account for the actions of the killing of another young black man was lost in all that violence and flames.
What does the police do now, Alex? I know that back in 1981, when you were involved in the Brixton riots, the police became a target. Tonight in London, they're expected to be out in full force, 16,000 police officers. Are they going to become a target?
It's very hard to predict. I mean, I've heard rumours all day that other areas of London are going to be hit. But I believe Cameron and the government are really going to press down hard on these youngsters. And I'm not sure if the youngsters really know about the reality or what might happen to them if they are found to be looting and causing mayhem once more.